Let's bring in Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner of the IDF. Colonel, thank you for joining us this morning again.
Good morning.
You all, your forces have cut off Gaza City. What does that look like right now?
Yeah, the situation on the ground is as such that we have encircled Gaza City from all sides. We've reached the coast and from north and from south. And indeed, we are putting on the pressure on Hamas in order to seek them out and destroy and dismantle their capabilities and put a lot of pressure on their center of gravity. Hamas, the city of Hamas, and specifically where the Hamas terrorist organization has governed the territory from, is that hub of terrorism. That is where they conducted, planned, and instructed the execution of the October 7th massacre that happened just 1 month ago today.
Yes, and I know that the entire community there in Israel marking that day with silence and the lighting of menorahs, as we mentioned earlier. The Prime Minister, of course, is saying that they're open to little pauses, which the United States has been advocating for. What does that look like?
So there isn't anything practical at the moment. The IDF is moving forward, and indeed you showed the footage of people moving south. We have now for over 3 weeks been asking people to move south precisely because we intend to dismantle and destroy Hamas. And what we are trying to do is differentiate and distinguish between the civilians, the non-combatants, and the Hamas terrorists, those that have perpetrated, planned, and executed the attack against our people. So the humanitarian effort today is basically 3 core components: humanitarian evacuation, civilian evacuation from the north to the south, and making sure that there is a flow of goods from Egypt after it's being secured and checked, that there's no munitions or things like that that can get into Hamas's hands so that they can restock food, medical supplies to the people. So it's around 100 trucks or so almost every day. And of course, we're maintaining an ongoing working relationship with the international humanitarian organizations on the ground in order to alleviate the situation, assess and give practical responses for what's going on the ground. If there is an instruction from the government to implement a humanitarian hiatus of any sort, a pause, a temporary pause, as Prime Minister Netanyahu said, then of course the IDF knows how to do that, knows how to hold its arms and be prepared. Unfortunately, the lessons that we have from the past is that Hamas usually take advantage of these types of humanitarian pauses because they're not being held accountable.
Yeah, and obviously that's why Prime Minister Netanyahu doesn't want a ceasefire so that Hamas can coalesce and strengthen again. The IDF's reportedly finding Hamas rockets stored within, buildings that people would live in, would use. There was a video you all released showing what is claimed to be a Hamas tunnel near a hospital. So this is the typical playbook for Hamas to store their artillery near families, near people, innocents. And then Qatar actually responding to the tunnel near the hospital, saying this was an attempt to justify attacks on civilian infrastructure. Is there any negotiating with some of these Arab nations who have already been very vocal that they are not for Israel's liberty to strike on Hamas?
So we obviously aren't asking for approval or authorization from anybody to defend our people. We are showing the world how Hamas has utilized and abused the civilian arena. Yesterday, we shared a video, a horrifying video, a video of where Hamas put up a rocket launcher. They put it in a scout group headquarters. Who puts that? Now, this is a place where young children, where boys and girls congregate in order to, learn about life, get life skills. And Hamas put rocket launcher in this building and fired from this building towards Israel. So this is the type of terrorists that we know that we're facing. It's the same terrorists that came into our bedrooms in southern Israel and butchered babies and families. And so, yeah, we're not asking anybody for approval. We are determined to destroy Hamas, dismantle their capabilities wherever they hide. If they use hospitals for a staging ground or rocket launching, then they are jeopardizing the hospital. And indeed, with all due respect to anybody that has criticism, I would ask what would they do if they had a similar situation? They wouldn't be as gentle as us.
Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner, I know.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.